Need to clip that really fast for my bug collection of this game. I'm looking forward to cutting a supercut one day of all the funny bugs we encountered. Okay. I expected a lot of things, but not that the antenna of this car would just start flying, I guess. Chat, I think it's time again. We found another bug in the game. Isn't that fascinating? Suddenly, out of full speed, your car stops. Okay, we got it. Maybe. It was too much speed though. The thing... Oh. Oh, wow. Yeah. Ah, beautifully. Isn't it? I promise it will explode in a moment. I need to get away. Okay. However, this now might be the ticket. Maybe it didn't sprint, but maybe we can now use this as a friend. Yeah, we made it. So, can I have some cheese in the chat? Gil, you have to post cheese. I mean, come on. That is like 1.5 hours of pure cheese. Like, what could I have overlooked? Is there something overlooked in this apartment? Crime and punishment and zombies. Talk to the cops, though. Find Andrew's... Okay, I found it. He has a ghost in his room. Okay, maybe she is a ghost. That's my new theory. She can fly. See? I would say that is what was it? They are dead for 27 years and they just don't know. Sad. And mostly what I think bug fix was like called a hot fix with a lot of fixes for some missions and so on. Bonk. Okay. What was that? What on earth is this car doing there? I have never seen this one, I think. Okay, we found us a new car. What is this thing? The Guinevere. Yeah, that's the car that disappeared last time.
You have no right.
Well, that is actually true. I don't have. Okay, so finally we have... Oh, that is a nice looking car. Let's try to get the nice looking car here. Get something done here. Excuse me, sir. I want your car. I like it. Not as much as the other car. Wow.
Whatever. I don't care.
Oh, interesting to see. Oh, that was such a cool thing. But look at this car. That was funny. And that is also one of... That is the Guinevere. Okay, these... again, cars stuck. Doesn't look like the guy is the hugest fan of driving. Nothing wrong here. But it's also for me right now a really... What are you doing? Also, that was funny. What is this guy doing? Can we please clip that? And there's also nobody sitting in the car. No, we can't open this. Have to go through the roof.
Just break the glass and dive in. That's not as if someone will send you a bill.
What? And then we just tell this guy that he could reconsider his profession. Did you see this?
Comfy. Hoochie finger fuck.
Hello? Can you hear me? Okay. Sound seems to be there. Welcome everyone. I'm late as always. But yeah, there's always something in the way. Fascinating. But there is. Yeah, today's the Xbox Game Showcase 2024. Welcome, Irda. Nice to see you. I enjoyed the glitch showcase. Yeah, that was kind of funny. I can hear. Okay, and sound also seems to be normal somewhat. That's good. Yeah, we are behind 10 or 15 minutes from the showcase because I thought it would be in an hour, not like for me it's 20 past 7. I thought it started 8, so I was wrong there. I had a busy weekend. I feel completely destroyed, so I retired. But yeah, let's watch some games. Can't stream that long because I still have some stuff to do. Very unfortunate. But maybe we will stream long anyway. Who knows? But let us start because it started already. As you can see here, we are maybe even more 20 minutes behind. Well, let's pretend 15. Well, we can spoil the first stuff they show is Call of Duty. But yeah, we can maybe discuss stuff. Microsoft always in a tough position recently when it comes to Xbox. You must have seen Saddam Hussein, which is interesting.
Good evening. The Soviet Union is no more. Despite a potential for instability and chaos, these events clearly serve our national interest. Free from the specter of global conflict.
Today we celebrate
Mr. Bush,
the
I
history
think.
of American renewal.
Clinton.
Something's going on.
Yeah, I know some presidents.
Something big.
I'm a fire starter, terrific fire starter.
I figured if I stuck around hell long enough, I'd see the devil.
How's he look?
I'm a fire starter.
Let me just check with
The agency is
Bush.
compromised,
Oh, sorry.
but being hunted from
That
the
makes it
inside.
scream black when I draw the thing.
Twisted fire starter.
Should be okay now,
You don't
I
have
hope.
to trust me, Marshal. But it might be better if you do.
Hey, something you should see.
What the hell are we getting into?
93. He was president till 1993. So 1991 he was the president. It was a bit too early, I think, for me. I think the first, like for my lifetime experience, I really know he was president. I think was Clinton.
You broke into a CIA black site. Are you out of your mind?
Things got complicated.
It also might get my video claims. I should maybe start talking a bit.
scrolling through the article.
May God continue to bless the United States of America.
You just got a first look at the campaign for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Set in the 1990s after the Cold War ends, where the truth isn't what it seems. It's an honor to stand here representing the creative teams at Activision. And please stay tuned after the showcase, where we will take you inside the studios to hear directly from Treyarch and Raven, who are working on Call of Duty Black Ops 6. You'll get a 25-minute deep dive into the story and a sneak peek at multiplayer and zombies.
Yay.
It's been 10 years since Call of Duty has been in our show. It's been even longer since all Call of Duty players got the
And now we
same
just
game
bought Call
at
of
the
Duty.
same time. Going forward, everyone will experience the game, including the Black Ops 6 beta, the season expansions, and the updates at launch. There are currently over 100 million people who play Call of Duty every month. We hope to grow that community
It's a lot.
by making Black Ops 6 the first Call of Duty game that will be available in Game Pass day one. So no matter where you
it's not
choose
a
to
good-
play,
I
everyone
need
is
to speak
welcome
English,
to
right? Yeah.
experience Call of Duty Black Ops 6
I think that's not a good idea.
on October 25th.
It's kind of strange when you stream
I'm
a lot in
incredibly
German. You sometimes think,
excited
wait
for
a moment,
today's
do I have
show.
to talk
I'm
in
standing
English or
here
in German?
thinking about all the passion that has gone in to making this show what it is.
I hope the
It's an
in-game
honor
is, or the
to share the latest
conference is not
efforts from our partners
too loud
around
versus
the
me.
world, and from our own creative teams at
have it a
Activision,
little less
Bethesda,
loud.
Blizzard, and Xbox Game Studios, who are doing what I believe is some of their best work ever. And now I get to introduce something that is special to me. As someone who has played games for as long as I have, it's amazing that I get to
Bethesda,
set up
welcome.
this world premiere. So thank you all for joining us, and please enjoy the show.
I was just discussing
World premiere.
that in my lifetime, I only, like, first time I was old enough to understand that there are presidents. In, like in our country, it's a chancellor, but well, we also have a president, to be fair, but it's a complicated story. Well, it's zombie mode, right? Whatever. The first I can remember was Bill Clinton, and we saw the father of we saw Bush Senior, Bush, George W. Did you say Bush? Yeah, Bush. I assume because English sometimes strange with their vowels. Especially with the U, right? Sometimes the U is pronounced as an A almost. And sometimes it's also sound. No, that's Doom. Okay, the idea of shredding these skulls is kind of cool, I have to admit. Okay, we now have a melee attack. And the mech. Okay, that's actually finally hilarious. Doom, the Dark Ages. Yeah, Doom 2016 was really good. Remember the time? Was it? Yeah, I think it was before Microsoft bought Bethesda. When they made the other Doom. Well, it's made not by Bethesda, but by idsoft, but it's part of Bethesda, in case you wonder. That looked pretty cool. New Doom.
Who were
Fun.
you?
Eternal, I heard, was like maybe
Who did you love?
a bit much or something.
What did you believe?
Undead.
when we ventured out beyond the gates.
Well, that was a pretty good start. At least one thing I'm interested in. What is this though, chat?
That surrounded us.
What other games are there? There's a car driving stuff with zombies.
We found hope in each other.
Help! I'm surrounded. They're everywhere. There's way more than I was expecting.
And even if we bought the other survivors just one more day, the sacrifice.
What is the game called? State of Decay? New one? The last one wasn't. I would assume it is. They also have another zombie franchise. What is the other one called? That's not that one here for sure.
Find the courage to keep going.
It's a bit more goofy, if that makes sense.
To fight on.
It was dead, I think.
When we needed it the most. I didn't know you well. But we'll keep your memory alive.
I can't remember the name of it.
Every sacrifice we make matters. And will never be forgotten.
Oh, I like State of Decay 2. Now the Doom guy is coming.
No one is forgotten. We live
What was the other game called though? Was this a launch title? I think for Xbox One. Oh my god. Dead Rising. Not even yeah.
This'll take more than you and me.
What are you thinking?
We need someone to be our eyes and ears in the shadows.
And someone to bring a little darkness to the daylight.
Glad I caught another one.
We're going
Yeah,
into the fade,
nice
aren't we?
we made it.
And digging up a lot of buried secrets.
These live alerts from YouTube are working well. From this YouTube, basically.
What about Darkspawn?
Yeah.
The main
Someone will
channel, I
stand between
sometimes
us
doubt it.
and a pack of demons.
You know there will be dragons.
Right.
Right.
We'll need someone with fire in their blood. One more thing. This crew needs a leader.
Question
Someone
is,
we can
who's
count
making
on.
this? Is this an exclusive
Someone
title?
that the world can count on. But where are we gonna find?
I think my video will claim. What, Dragon Age? Okay, it didn't look like Dragon Age at all. I haven't played Dragon Age in ages. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Starfield gets a Starfield expansion. That should be the Starfield expansion.
We have received a distress call of unknown origin. There is no record of a star station in this orbit. Something is not right.
Maybe they added a new base layout. That would be awesome.
This is the serpent's will.
Coming aboard was a mistake. We need to run.
So Starfield, yeah, was okay.
Hold very
Unfortunate.
still and choose your
People had high
words
hopes
carefully.
for it. But I think it had
They will
mechanically
determine how
some fundamental
long you
flaws.
live. You trespass in the home of House Varun. Your fate will be decided.
Like design-wise, like game
by the
mechanic-wise.
great serpent.
But like a lot of its parts
feel
didn't
its
fit together
embrace?
too well.
Encircling your heart, constricting.
You can definitely have
There
fun
is
with it and
no
like it depending on
more
if you are distracted by these flaws or not.
Us.
There's some good side stories in the game. The main story was kind of weird, very repetitive. I'm not sure what. To a point where I thought, what was Bethesda thinking there? Shattered Space, yeah, that's I think what they already announced the expansion shall be called. Coming this year, not even a date yet. Like the year's almost over. It's June.
Proposal for you.
I think if it would come out in the next 3 months, they would have a date already. It's very strange.
I wish you the best of luck.
Bethesda thinking, great. Well, Bethesda. Coming 2024 to Xbox and PC, yeah, it makes sense, but I'm kind of surprised that they didn't announce. Like, I thought they would 100% announce a date here.
Voltathon 76 is sponsored in part
All
by
out.
Sugar Bombs Breakfast Cereal.
But
Bombs away. Folks, if you're just joining us, we're coming to you live in the 10th consecutive hour of our Voltathon 76 drive. We've got operators standing by.
76, so that's
it looks like
all
we've
out,
got one.
Carries on from Skyline Valley.
greetings, Too Nice. Nice to see you.
To Vault 76.
How about
Capcom
that?
stuff they
Skyline
showed
Valley.
in the
Beautiful.
Summer Game Fest last
Right
time
in
we
the heart
streamed.
of Shenandoah.
They showed us a little bit of. We already know it was coming. It was called. I think some stuff for Monster Hunter.
Call now to join Harry.
What was it called?
and the over
World?
17
No.
million Vault dwellers
Rise? Or was
already
it
on
after
board.
that?
And let's keep those
What's the
numbers
current-
climbing.
Got 4 on the line from AVR.
Resident Evil 9 they didn't show. No.
Vault 76 is a growing
I think if it
community,
wasn't,
and strong
there's still
community
Gamescom.
can weather any storm.
There will be the
Why?
opening night.
Just take
They
a
will
look
also
at our
show
Skyline
stuff.
Valley neighbors in Vault 63.
And usually Capcom has no own show. I think either they just
Latest
book in into other
scientific minds are hard at
shows.
work,
Makes-
cooking up shocking new ways to protect and preserve this Appalachian.
They showed Street
Yes,
Fighter, the
Skyline
new roster
Valley
for
is a
Street
stunning
Fighter 6.
portrait of Mother Nature in repose. From the
Beyond that, I'm not
picturesque
sure if
Shenandoah
there's
National Park
much
to its majestic wildlife and friendly local residents, Skyline Valley is a welcome home to all. And don't forget to bring home a souvenir or two. When
But
the
yeah,
bombs start
new Resident
dropping,
Evil would be great.
don't come a knocking. Call now to reserve your place in Vault 76. Still not sold? Well, I suppose having skin is not for everyone. Best of luck out there.
Oh man. I heard that it got better Fallout 76, but yeah, release was not that great.
Premiere.
Okay, something world premiere-ish new. A game made by Sandfall Interactive. Who is that? Well, I think they kind of managed to make a turnaround.
And paint again. Paint a new number. Ticking down every year. One stroke. And everyone of that age vanishes into nothingness.
Okay,
every year
a
she
bit
paints again.
drastic, I think.
And every year, an expedition departs for the continent with one hopeless mission. Destroy the paintress so she can never paint death again. We'll break the cycle so she can't steal anyone else's future.
This world is full of wonders.
Yet everywhere we go, we walk with death.
Do you mean we're the only ones left?
Yeah, the gameplay-wise, I did not expect something Final Fantasy-esque. Looks turn-based, but with a lot of shiny, flashy things. I hoped it would. I personally hoped it would be a real-time Souls-like. Sandfall Interactive. Who are those people?
Even if we fail, we lay the trail for those who will come after. Right? We are Expedition 33.
Sound is either a... I'm not sure if it's a Canadian or French studio.
Do you think there's a chance my mom's still alive?
If your mom's anything like you have, she'll keep fighting till we find her.
I hope so. It's just hard to believe this is all really happening.
You mean to tell me your mama never told you stories about critters and weavers? Oh, you're lucky I come along.
What?
Shh. That's two-toed Tom. Big gator. I gotta drop you off fast.
After I got you out of that tree, you said you helped me find my mama.
I ain't of a disposition to be gator snacks.
Well, me neither.
If we're gonna go on, we gotta get rid of him.
I'm all ears.
There's a church up a ways with a big bell. Go on and ring.
Yeah, they're a French studio,
You want
it
to make
seems.
him come running?
Tom can't abide the sound of the bell.
Turn-based RPG on Unreal Engine.
Dynamite him, and he didn't take that too kind. If you ring that bell, he might skedaddle.
You better not skedaddle.
Go on now, scoot. I'll pick you up yonder after to go find your mom.
I think we've seen this somewhere already, haven't we?
Trifling ass mudcat.
It's very familiar. Welcome, Slashias. We are behind in case you have already watched the showcase.
Gotta move quickly now.
Like 20 minutes or so. Like this choppy animation style kind of
That floating island is
annoys me, I have to admit.
gator?
I think it's stylized. It's weird.
Oh, hell no.
Last thing didn't have gameplay. Okay, the gameplay reveal then. I know it looks a bit like stop motion or something. I think though it's an odd choice. Like the jumps and dashes are completely fluid, but the arm movement, for example, is kind of weird.
Alright.
No, also here it was like that. I think in the cutscene it's stronger. Even her What is it, her pullover or something? There's cool movement though. I like from the style of game. I like what I see.
Now to get over there.
But this weird choppy animation stuff. I don't understand why they did this. Is this a Metroidvania then? And unlocking abilities and stuff? What kind of game is this? What do you call this? Man, it's so strange. I don't understand this. I don't understand this stylistic decision for it. House of Midnight.
Are just meals for Tom, they say. For Tom.
It will be on Game Pass, interestingly. But it does not look like that they are part of Xbox or something. They might... I can't tell you even if it's an exclusive deal or not.
In darkness, she slumbers and dreams.
It's Warcraft.
And for
That's the World of Warcraft trailer, the original one.
Heroes have risen to defend her.
How are you doing? Doing fine, a bit tired, I have to admit. It was a really busy weekend.
Faced monsters.
But not much time to stream. I still have stuff to do, unfortunately.
Of primordial horror.
I also hoped I had an hour more till the show here starts. It was unfortunately wrong, so that's why I'm late.
Amongst themselves.
It started at 8, but it started at 7.
Their enmity following them to the most distant shores.
We will never be slaves!
And even across time and space. Their courage never faltered. Even upon the very threshold of death. While
I'm into World of Warcraft,
blooms on the horizon, the final battle.
Don't be angry at me if I'm not
near.
Too excited.
Now, in the darkness, at the very heart of the world, the drums of war thunder once again. And Azeroth at last awakens. The world's soul, so long denied me, shall be mine.
Okay. World of Warcraft, what's it called? The War Within. I think that was already the Darkness Cause. What is it again? This is the release date reveal for it. In August it comes out. Okay. I know that there was a thing already. Don't be that guy. Broda, you as a World of Warcraft fan, you can exactly explain me what's going on with the world with it.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000
do that.
feet. Approaching Soviet airspace.
Falling asleep.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. Your codename for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on.
It's Metal Gear then, but Kojima doesn't do Metal Gear anymore.
This will be a
New
sneaking
expansion
mission.
for retail, okay.
You must not be
And are
seen
people
by the
excited for it, or is it like
Leave
some
no
of the
trace
last
of your
ones where
presence.
people go,
Is that
"God,
clear? This
please
kind of
no."
infiltration is the Fox Unit Special. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food
Meh.
as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
So are you telling? Is it telling me that Konami is doing more Metal Gear without Kojima? It's funny and it's interesting at the same time. I definitely noticed a difference when it comes to the cinematics. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. Delta, I think, is the symbol.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
It's at least it's David Hayter again. Okay, let's say that's interesting. Snake Eater. Wait. It's Snake Eater? Did I just read Snake Eater? Is this a remake then? Yeah, of course I remember. Wasn't there a remake in the making, right? That's a remake of Snake Eater? I don't get it. It's Sea of Thieves, by the way. I haven't played in a long time. I played a lot when it came out and so on. But nobody wants to play it with me. Playing it alone all the time is not that interesting, I guess. Well, it was interesting enough, but at some point you just move on. It looks like what's interesting now is the enemy ship, right? Because I thought they have now bigger ships. That would be interesting. But that should be the 4-player ship. Season 13. It's out for quite some time.
Your kind meddled where you shouldn't. As long as Oo is free, your world is in mortal peril.
And how is it that you know all of this?
Because I am a god too.
If you're a god, you're one of them. Why would I do anything to help someone I've sworn to kill?
If it's vengeance you want, I'll give it to you.
Okay. This song I know. By Verdi. Hier ist Irre. Okay, Selfie 3 got a Steam page as well. Okay. I mean, it looks kind of cool. I like movement stuff. I like killing things. Wait a moment, chat. I'm too stupid to read stuff like this. What did they say? From the makers of whom?
Come on then.
Guck mal. Look at that. There's this. I was going to say, oh, the guy from Overwatch is also in the game. I feel like this thing is incredibly hard to read this fast. Good thing we can move back. Who are the makers who made this channel? We can just move back. From the makers of who? Must be after this scene or something. little bit off. I went back too far, chat. From the makers of Ashen. Oh god, okay, yeah. I think it was decently reviewed, the game. Kill all gods. Flint lock the Siege of Dawn. Something like that. Comes out in July. Too fast for me. Yeah, I sometimes don't know. Yeah, if you have a game to announce, just let me read it for a moment, man. Ashen. Oh, I have to look what Ashen looked like. I know it. I think it was. It was this game that looked promising, but then only got mixed reviews. That makes sense. It was also like a Souls-like. Wait, is this Age of Mythology?
Rulers of the Greeks and the Norse.
I think it is, Chad.
The Egyptians and the Atlanteans.
Read faster. It's too big to read fast.
So rise and wield my wrath. Command beastly chaos.
Rain down destruction.
If you have like tunnel vision like me, it's very difficult to sit this close to the monitor to read all of this, when you're not prepared.
Worship me. Claim my power.
And legend
will be yours.
I think it is. What else could it be, Chad? Age of Mythology, retold. Does retold mean remade? Based like on an old one? Or is it like a completely new one? I mean, why would they call it retold then? So I assume it's a remake kind of thing. That's pretty cool. So far, they definitely showed a lot of cool stuff.
Is in possession of a radioactive device. Stop Carrington's attack at all costs. Good luck, Agent.
I always knew I had an instinct. I could see the world differently. I thought it would be like any other mission. I was wrong.
Initiative.
Welcome to Garden City, where it's a pleasant 23 degrees all day, every day.
How far to his last known location?
Local forces are also tracking his whereabouts. You need to find him before they do.
I'll have to improvise.
Generating voice print.
ارسل واحدا آخر. اختبر البوابة بحسب.
What readings are you getting?
We are getting odd readings from your monitor. Can you confirm?
I'm looking at the screen right now.
Awesome. Initiative is a relatively new company, by the way. They was from 2018.
On the second floor.
Okay, and they're working on a new installment of Perfect Dark. So I assume it's that?
Turns out to be a lie. There's only one way forward. Find the truth. Scan's clear. I'm going in blind.
That's a title I haven't heard about in some time.
Analyze. What am I looking at here?
Carrington appears to be
Yeah, that's
targeting
definitely
a research
Perfect Dark.
facility. If he attacks it, the casualties could be astronomical. Agent Stark, it's a pleasure to meet you. I could use someone with your skills.
Using extra vision I'm going in blind. Can shoot through walls, that I like.
Everything before I could see.
It doesn't look too bad, to be honest. It looks like a AA game though.
Hiding.
It's not. It does not look like Cyberpunk. You know what I mean?
I hope you're ready, Agent Dark.
That visually.
Are you all seeing this?
Once you open this door, there's no going back.
And what is interesting about the studio behind it is, I think Microsoft, it was one of the few new studios Microsoft formed. But it's pretty cool, I think.
Agent Joanna Dark is caught in the middle of a near-future war over advanced technology that threatens the lives of millions. We hope you enjoyed the first look at gameplay, and we can't wait to share more from the developers at the Initiative and Crystal Dynamics as the game progresses. The creativity and talent of game creators
has sometimes,
are what make
Xbox has
our
sometimes these
industry
weird
unique,
studio names.
and I'm
Initiative,
incredibly
they also have
proud
the
of
Coalition.
our games and our teams. They are building a diverse lineup of
You'd say
titles,
it's kind of
which
cool, but
includes
it's also
new installments in beloved franchises like Doom,
in a very
the Dark
specific
Ages
style.
from id Software.
The names
Updates
sound
and
already very
expansions to
video
our
gamey,
ongoing
if that makes
games,
sense.
like World of Warcraft, The War Within from Blizzard. Handcrafted original concepts like South of Midnight from Compulsion
South
Games.
of Midnight looks so
And
cool in a way, but
blockbuster
I
games with
hate this
massive
animation
audiences
stuff.
like
It goes
Call
on
of
my
Duty,
nerves. Maybe you
Black
get used
Ops
to it.
6 from Activision. On behalf of our creative teams at Activision, Bethesda, Blizzard, King, and Xbox Game Studios, we thank you for your continued support, and we look forward to getting their ambitious games in your hands. Diablo is one of the most enduring and beloved series in all of gaming. We're thrilled to have Diablo 4 in Game Pass, where millions of you made it your favorite way to play. This October, Diablo 4 Vessel of Hatred expands the demon slaying experience with an all-new character class, a new region, and of course,
cool. A new
the
character
next
class
chapter
is
in the
kind of a
acclaimed
cool
story.
thing that they add
Here is the
this.
opening cinematic for the game.
On the other side, the
Let's
game's out
take a
for
look.
years, so of course they should add a new character class, I think. Contains graphic content and may be disturbing to some viewers. Oh god. What's happening in this trailer that they warn you?
Boy, young one, are you all right? Nerel? Oh, you're not well. Please, please, my child, let me help you.
Stay away from me! Nerel! Is that how I raised you?
No, Mother. But I must carry this burden alone. I must get to Akarat's tomb.
But look at you. You're killing yourself.
I don't know how much longer I can...
I'm here, little magpie.
I missed you so much.
I'm so proud of you. But now, I need you to give up.
No. Of course it's you! You monster! Let go of me!
Let go. No. You made a choice. And I warned you, little magpie. There would be consequences.
the stone. You control nothing.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I could use some help.
Okay. Okay, what is this game? That's from Diablo. Now I understand the magpie reference. That's okay, now I get it. So this continues the story.
Oh, right. Jew.
It was at least, it was very strange, I think.
So, you want to know all about heroes, do you? Well, you have come to the right place. Because who better to tell you all about them than perhaps the greatest hero of them all? Yeah? There he is, in all his finery. Cheers.
Why can't you send the warning? What's her name? I forgot it again.
I mean, sure, you get your mega fans.
You are like literally my favourite person.
Your haters.
It's like a fan club, but we hate you.
Your chancers. And the occasional giant toad. For some reason. But it's more than that. It's about the choices you make.
I'm a hero. I should do what I want.
We thought you could save her.
You know, it's your life and death stuff. That's what defines you, isn't it? Really, stays with you. I knew this one hero. I took her in when she had nowhere else to go. Welcome to the most exclusive club in all of Albion. Thought I'd get her out there, make the most of her gift. But you know what it's like when you're young and you have a point to prove. I tell you, this kid, she had it all. The skill, the talent, the power. Terrifying. So, yeah, I knew this girl once who made all the wrong choices.
Humphrey. She's back.
Oh, that's a new Fable. Knew it. The other teaser we got from Fable had pretty much the same style.
This place. And no one is going to stand in my way.
Except Gandalf, I assume. Looks not bad, to be honest.
World premiere.
World premiere. Something new, it seems. Please, don't let it be another hero shooter thing.
Use this. Make your own rules.
That's cool.
It's my turn.
Oh no, the stream gets flamed again here. Wait, you have path? Reminds me of Titanfall in this regard. It was also a game where you have like shooter thing with path stuff. You don't have them inside. No, you could burn them, right? Forgot how it was. Okay. It's another hero shooter. There's one thing on this planet we don't need more of. It's hero shooters.
There is nothing left for me in the city. So, I have traveled back to where I grew up. Here, I found my childhood home in ruins. Why hasn't my aunt taken good care of it? The bridge to her house is broken, so I can't even ask her.
So survival
I will
crafting.
make the tree stump a cozy home again, no matter what it takes, and no matter how hard it gets. I will fight and find meaning and beauty out here. Some will say
It is a very
that in the
gameplay
dead
focused
of
trailer.
winter,
I like that.
a small city mouse doesn't stand a chance. Maybe so. But I must keep believing that every winter leads to spring. Auntie, finally!
The tail is so long. Winterborough. Pine Creek Games. Okay. Next. Bye, Nancy. Well.
World premiere.
My mixtapes bend others to my will. It's a
and a
strange,
corner.
almost cosmic talent.
Why is it again this weird stop motion style? Can they stop it, please? It's terrible.
Go back to a time where summers lasted forever, when friendships were unbreakable, and any trouble was good trouble.
This year, I want to ride a flaming stallion of delinquency.
Yes!
What's your name again?
From Beethoven and Dinosaur comes an adventure a lifetime in the making. Experience the freedom of the teenage wasteland, sneaking out, making out, avoiding the law, and maybe something a little more.
Hey, can I stand up?
Yeah, little Rockford, go nuts!
Set to the
That my eyes are lagging.
of a generation.
I mean, the art style here I think supports it a little bit more because it looks more like, I don't know, handcrafted, you know what I mean?
What are we gonna think of ourselves in 10 years?
Figurines.
I'll just remember to tell myself that
So the stop motion style kind of works a bit better.
Your greatest memories are stored in music. You're invited to go back.
But it's still annoying as hell.
Mixtape.
There have been noise complaints.
Okay.
It's more like movie trailer. Well, that's a lot of video games these days, I feel. Asobo Studio. And they also acquired? I think so. However, they make the flight simulator in case people wonder. No, they're not. They're not part of Microsoft yet. It seems like they just have a contract with them and do stuff. They also make, of course, a Plague Tale. And they also work on the flight simulator. Which was also received very well, the flight simulator thing. Yeah, I think it's a very kind of niche thing. Well, it's not niche, but it's not for everyone, simply. But it's kind of cool that a game like this exists. But this time they also have these glider planes. I'm not sure what the English word is. I even forgot what the word German is for it. But there are these planes without a motor, without an engine. I'm going to use like real world maps to generate like big parts of the world in a 3D model and so on. With some fine tuning, because you can't just remake the world in 3D. It's kind of, as you can imagine, taxing. Elder Scrolls Online. Okay. Kind of interesting that this game is still going. I know it has like an active community and stuff, but played for months or so, couldn't get into it. Oh, okay. I'm not even sure if there was like a free beta when it originally came out. Maybe I played that for a moment. I'm not into MMOs at all, so zero interest anyway. You can now throw poo at others. Cool. Also, I have a feeling that my video gets blamed again. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. 10 years already out. 2014. Gold Road, whatever that means. World premiere. Okay, now it gets interesting because I assume we're getting closer to the end, and
I swore I'd never use my
big
power
stuff
again.
at the end. Where Enix?
But 2 nights ago,
Deck 9.
I found my friend's body in the woods. I don't know who I can trust.
They make Life is Strange
Or who
games.
trusts
So I
me.
assume this is part of it.
But my friend Safi is dead. So
Well, that is
why
that is.
can I still hear her voice?
Okay, there is a
Focusing
guy
my
from
power, I somehow
Sixth Sense who can see dead
shifted
people. He can hear dead people.
into a parallel timeline. Here, Safi is still alive. The danger stalks our every step.
Oh, that's the same
And
girl.
only I can investigate both realities.
Hang on. Parallel world?
It's the same as this one, except you're dead. I can still save Safi. If I can solve and prevent the same murder across 2 timelines.
Oh, well, it's pretty award-winning, as I said. Kind of interesting double exposures. Coming October already, okay. The second half of the series has quite some releases then. I know it's very popular. Never got into the series though. Sesta presents also something. Look at that. Ah, that's the
Are you sure
indie
you want
game.
to investigate these things?
I can't let this go. It could be the best kept secret in history.
What are you going to do, Indiana?
These artifacts have a deep connection to something in the past. Boss believes they hold a kind of power. A discovery that could change the world.
What were you doing out there?
Fresh air! We have to find the stones.
Oh, they
Gina.
also include
Or they
her.
will.
That's interesting.
If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you'd get a perfectly aligned circle.
The Great Circle.
Exactly.
I intercepted the Morse code coming from the Himalayas.
Where Voss is sending all of his men.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge, that was her name. I just forgot how it was called. Her character's also in here. That's interesting.
Battleship? Yep. Let's get a closer look.
What was she called? Helena Shaw.
Gotta find the stone and get off this ship.
What's that in his hands? What does it say?
Earth something. What was that?
We'd better hide. Hey, go! Ciao.
Hands behind your head.
Where's the stone, you American rat?
American rat.
Have you ever heard of Höhenangst?
Yeah, I know who that's.
Yes! And I have it. I endured this dreadful mountain even if my mind was screaming every step of the way. Because of a concept you narrow-minded Americans will never understand! Devotion. Total and absolute devotion to the fatherland. You have no purpose. What you have is your stupid American cartoons. Choo-choo, choo-choo. Ha 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 ha. You laugh and dance, celebrating your own idiocy and drinking the piss you call beer. I will walk through fire for the devoted men of the Reich. Give me that stone. Now!
I'm not sure if I like his German impression, to be honest.
I shall search your corpse to make sure.
Please wait.
Give me the stone.
Gina.
We gotta get out of here.
Yeah, that's correct. But the German, they say, is actually pretty good. The English? It's very long. It's Haltet sie auf, er schießt sie. Ja, that makes total sense.
Hab dich.
The English impression is amazing. HD is also on YouTube. Welcome. Yeah, I don't know. For me, the German impression, the German-speaking English impression was a bit too over the top, to be honest. It makes sense from a German perspective. It was a bit... I felt like it's a bit too forced. I'm not sure when I was last time playing Elden Ring. Maybe Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure if I played Friday. We will play Elden Ring again. Like I said, the weekend was just very busy. The voice a bit low compared to the in-game. You can make the in-game stuff a bit lower. Didn't they show this on the PlayStation thing? What was it called though? The Mac game that they showed on the Summer Game Fest they showed on PlayStation. Forgot the name. I think the question is, was this made due to the knowledge that that FromSoft would make also with Armored Core Mecha game and kind of revive this stuff? What was it called? Not into mecha games though, but we can even change the loadout. That's cool. It definitely, it seems far more anime than, yeah, Mecha Break, that was the name.
You never know you are a monster until someone comes to slay you. The first signs are really subtle, but over time, it becomes clear. The gift changes you, slowly consuming every little part of your humanity.
Is this the blocking stuff Sekiro style? Interesting how many games imitate the Sekiro style. Even some of the places there remind me a bit of Sekiro.
I should know. It runs in my blood.
Nothing is forever. Wu-Chang. Gold feathers. Okay. Looks interesting. Not gonna lie.
Come. Your Emperor has chosen you as our envoy to the living lands. That wild frontier suffers from the Dream Scourge. Find the root of this terrible plague and put an end to it.
He is wrong.
Can't be dangerous, yeah. And save us damage, true.
More dangerous rot.
I still find it's a strange concept with the gamepad.
Tame the chaos that plagues the living lands. So that
what game is this, chat?
Can shape its future.
They both deceive you. There is more wonder in this world than eyes alone can see.
It's not the Obsidian game, isn't it?
You must open yourself to its mysteries.
Or maybe is it?
To its purpose,
I think it is.
no matter how wild.
Avowed? I think it was called.
Truly needs its protector.
I think it's the Obsidian game. Yeah, 100% Obsidian game. Is VR gone, by the way? Yeah, it's Avowed. Look, I identified it. Xbox or Microsoft's not doing much with VR, so we have to look at PlayStation. They showed some VR titles, but not many.
World premiere.
So, not Summer Game Fest. Like, PlayStation showed some previously, and also on the Summer Game Fest, I think there was some VR titles, but... First I thought, is this Fallout? But it doesn't look like Fallout. What could this else be? There's a robot, a bit steampunk stuff is going on. It looks like a Bethesda game in a way. I think there's some rumor that Valve works on a successor to Half-Life Alyx, but I think beyond that there's nothing big really for VR coming. Yeah, it looks like Skyrim in a Fallout setting. What is this? Rebellion, Atomfall, okay. But they have a telephone there. In-game footage and cinematics.
Ache in the weather? War. Their soldiers killed everyone.
I do not fear our enemy. They talk of peace and dream of war.
Yeah, there are actually a lot of Asian style games, I would agree. And some even use this Sekiro combat stuff of pairing stuff. This here seems to be more on the stealth side of things, though, which is like Sekiro also has stealth elements, but it's not a stealth game, I don't think.
People so quick to abuse their power do not deserve to keep it.
There is much we will learn from each other, Yasuke.
You can see when two people fit, when they will be better together.
There is no honor in preying on the weak.
Together, we will bring justice back to the people.
It's true, that's Assassin's Creed in Asia. It is Assassin's Creed in Asia. Interesting, also comes September. Forgot about Assassin's Creed. Microsoft's Creed. Nice guess. Made in Ukraine. That must be then Stalker? Was it Stalker? There was one Ukrainian game that was delayed due to obvious reasons.
Радий тебе бачити, друже. Валимо звідси.
Not sure which one it was though.
Ви тільки погляньте на це. Край, чарівний край, черемоша і прута.
Yeah, it's Stalker. That's an anomaly already.
Рідна матінко моя. Жива.
Координати закинув. Поквапся.
I mean, are there other games with anomalies? Potentially. That will be my first guess. The eagle cry while jumping gave it away. Okay. Assassin's Creed is also a game series that I'm not really invested in.
Зараз час такий. Час можливостей. Усі ці жертви.
Looks pretty good though, I have to admit.
Який в них сенс? Зона така, якою бачиш її ти.
No, I think that's the successor to Stalker. So it also gives you the Metro feeling.
Я ж показав тобі, якою я її бачу. Іди своїм шляхом, і тоді ти зможеш побачити зону по-своєму.
Yeah, that's Stalker 2. Okay. I think it was delayed or something. For obvious reasons it was delayed, of course, but it comes out in September. Hopefully, like, I think it could be pretty good.
We've been honored to partner with GSC Game World, the Ukrainian studio behind Stalker 2. We can't wait for you to experience their game.
The problem is always a bit,
yeah.
Sometimes
Today,
these
you've seen
games have,
amazing games
let's say,
from creators
technical
around
issues.
the world, from both our partners
Let's hope it
and our
releases
own
quite
studios, from
polished.
the biggest blockbusters to original independent games. I hope you enjoy the breadth of titles coming to Xbox. In addition to all these great games, we're introducing a new all-digital Series X and expanding color and storage options across the Series X and S lineup. They'll be coming to select markets this holiday. These new X and S consoles, alongside the many other devices in our Xbox gaming family, offer you more choices. It's our
Why do the
mission to make
presenters appear
Xbox
so
the best
unnatural?
place for you to play
Well,
by including the titles from our
they are
own
not
studios and Game
presenters,
Pass
but
at launch,
actually very
by bringing
important
your
persons
games
in the
into
Xbox
future with our
studio
commitment to game
hierarchy.
preservation,
So
by pushing the technical boundaries
they
in our
do their
future
best, I
hardware,
guess, but they're
and
not like
empowering you to play your games
I don't know,
anywhere you want
perfect
on Xbox
moderators,
consoles,
if that makes
PC,
sense.
and cloud. This is what defines Xbox today and in the future, and we're hard at work on the next generation. Immediately after Showcase ends, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Direct begins. We're taking you
still don't
inside
understand
Treyarch
Xbox
and Raven
X and S.
for
I
an
think with the
extended
S,
look at what's next in Black
Microsoft kind of shot themselves in the foot a little
before
bit,
we dive into the
because a lot of game developers say, well, we
one
have
more
to
thing.
delay our Xbox release for a game because we still need more time to make it to optimize it for basically two systems, because the Xbox Series S is significantly weaker than the Xbox Series X. Therefore, it's cheaper, but it's more porting work for the developers, I think. And since we are late in the Xbox cycle, where even the normal Xbox Series X, this by the way is Gears of War, chat. Is there a new Gears? That's by the Collision Gears series. Gears of War. What is it? 7 then? E-Day. Oh god, for real? So Microsoft. Oh god. Please stand by. Okay, we wait here so long, chat. Chat, don't go everywhere. We have to wait 4 seconds. It's interesting. There wasn't for some time. I felt like the Gears of War games were a bit, what do you call it, burned out. A bit overused. Even though the last thing was technically very impressive. I think it ran very well on 4K resolution on the Xbox One X and so on. But now starts the Call of Duty Direct. I have to admit I'm not that interested in this part.
Hello and welcome to Treyarch in Los Angeles.
Oh no.
We're excited to share what we've been working on for
Yeah, well, it's a Call of Duty, and you can shoot people and have some story and some modes and play online, and that's basically it as always.
Delivering a new level of polish and innovation across all parts of the game. I've been working here for over 20 years, and I can tell you that we have something special on our hands with Black Ops 6. And I know that the team are excited to give you a deep dive.
Okay, that was the, I think, Xbox presentation for the showcase, for the most part. The question is now... Now, what do you think, people?
We're taking players to a new but familiar era, the early 90s. In true signature Black Ops fashion, our story builds on real history, thrusting players into a conspiracy where a shadowy force has infiltrated the highest levels of the US government, branding anyone who resists as traitors and forcing players to go rogue for the first time.
It just shows how big a franchise this Call of Duty thing is. If they just have a dedicated section in their press conference that's potentially half an hour long just about Call of Duty. Maybe it's just 15 minutes or so, I'm not sure how long it is.
Multiplayer is of course here and brings the Black Ops style and provides a playground for the brand new Omni movement system.
I mean, it's the ultimate mass appeal game, right?
Action hero. You'll see a sneak peek of that later today. Round-based zombies is absolutely back and better than ever, and you can be sure it's full of surprises. With that, let's step into the mind-bending campaign experience we've been crafting with our partners at Raven.
No turning back now.
Interestingly, it says partners at Raven. Ravensoft make Jedi Knight. I would love to see Ravensoft get some own game to do and not become just a Call of Duty support studio.
When we set out to make Black Ops 6, we were focused
I
on
think the original Raven
so
people are also not
they
there
stick in
anymore.
your memory long after.
It's mind-bending.
We're bringing that action-packed blockbuster feel
Well,
to every step of the narrative.
does this mean all announcements are done? Yes, that was all big announcements. Now comes now comes the so-called Call of Duty show that we can watch if we want.
The game is packed with unexpected moments of Black Ops mystery. It's a high-octane spy thriller where you're never sure who to trust and what's real. And it's all set against the backdrop of the early 90s. The Soviet Union was crumbling.
So, Chad, what do you think of the Xbox? I could make a vote.
US is the only remaining superpower. The Gulf War
Best
was
game
dominating
series
headlines
ever.
everywhere,
Yeah,
and
it's.
there was a growing
I mean,
distrust in government,
it is
reflected everywhere
the most.
across
I'm not sure if
music,
it's the best one,
television,
but it's the most
pop
successful one for sure. One of the most successful ones.
When we talk about the Black Ops timeline, Black Ops 6
We
comes
can-
after the events of the Cold War, but is
And I
directly
think
tied
also
to the
with their
1980s
Warzone stuff, they definitely
The
managed to
aftermath of
establish
which has left
themselves.
our
That's what
heroes
I wouldn't
in
say
dire
what I kind of predicted.
Something you should see.
Black Ops
But
6
remember
was
when
the gritty history of previous franchise
PUBG, as it's called,
bold new characters.
PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds
Veteran
was
Frank
kind of
Woods
big
as
thing.
a through line in our story.
Before we talk about other stuff, Chat, I would
In
like
this
to
new
talk about
chapter,
the.
we see
I
a
mean,
different
Chat,
side
we
of
have
Woods following his
we have options. We can just press the stop button and just don't listen to it. It's been incredible boring showcase, methinks. I wouldn't say it's boring. I have to say I kind of liked it, to be honest. They show a lot of different stuff. Stop is good, yes. Maybe we just mute it, so we leave it be. If we would so desire, maybe I make a poll in chat if people want to watch it. I'm not sure we have enough in chat to make this poll kind of worth it. But maybe people want to see it, then we can just look at this. Okay, the site just crashed. It's not good. But since it's over anyway, and they shouldn't be still live. Is it still live? Are they kidding me? Thanks for watching. It's over. Oh, that's the sign language stream. Like that I find though very cool of Microsoft that they do something like this. That they have a sign language stream. That's pretty cool. I think that's... I mean, I could just leave a sign language stream on as well. But I think very few people needing sign language are watching my stream here. Here's has muted. Okay, we just skip here, we just let it muted. We have something moved footage in the background chat. Here's has muted. Not sure what's with Witch King. Witch King, do you want to see Call of Duty stuff on YouTube? I have to ask my people here. On this chat we could use this amazing poll feature, which I always have to get back because Twitch keeps removing my stuff. Oh. Yeah. Well, it's always new poll. Watch Call of Duty Showcase? Question mark. Yes. No. I don't care. I only caught the very end of the stream, so I don't really have an opinion. Okay. Yeah, the Talos 2 Principle DLC releases next Friday. Got my weekend plans for next week. Yeah, that's pretty awesome for you. You mentioned it in the Summer Game Fest stream, but they announced it, I think, was it the Future Games show? I heard it was announced. I haven't watched it though. I thought about streaming it yesterday, but I was simply too tired yesterday. So I thought, okay, briefly looked into it, but said, well, I just go to bed. I need some rest. View results. We have 2 votes and they say no. That's basically it. Awesome. So, oh, the Devolver Direct. Yeah, of course. It was not the Future Game Show. It was Devolver Direct. Yeah, that I also maybe look into later. I'm just curious what people think about the Xbox showcase, to be honest. So, I don't know. It was not too bad. It started with Doom: The Dark Ages. Was revealed, comes out 2025. We can just go through the titles here. State of Decay 3, not too interesting. New fall 2024 comes the Veilguard. I think it was previously known as, what was the other name, chat? Something with wolf, I think. Dragon Age. Why is it always so difficult to find names? No, it's Veilguard. Or was it known as previously? They changed the name, I think. As a new title. What was the old title, though? The Dreadwolf Rises. Dreadwolf was the previous name, yeah. I'm extremely excited for State of Decay 3, otherwise Doom will probably be good. Yeah, I would assume so as well. Maybe that weird animation game, if they changed the animation, and Stalker looked good. Yeah, Stalker, of course. But we know, when it comes to Stalker, we know it already was in the making. Starfield DLC, I have to admit, even though I kind of like Starfield, look at this. Also new content for Starfield coming today. New gear, bounties, and custom content and whatnot. Whatever. I think Starfield, we discussed this a lot in previous streams, is like a deeply flawed game on release at least. Especially on the technical side of things. The game ran okay-ish in my opinion, but it didn't look as good and as other games that ran as bad as this game, or as the other, like Cyberpunk for example, runs better than Starfield but looks twice as good. That's a problem in my opinion. Like like if the game would at least run like a dream, but it runs, like I said, not that great. It has some also some beautiful visual elements to it, don't get me wrong, but I always wonder, okay, why is this game running at such a low frame rate on my system when other games run at it look much, much better in comparison, more detail, more effects with ray tracing and whatnot, and I don't know, it runs the same frame rate. Why? Makes no sense. I like the Skyrim Fallout crossover. Yeah, it was something with Atomfall. Yeah, exactly. That also looked pretty interesting. I agree. What else do they have? Yeah, South of Midnight. That stop motion animation stuff threw me kind of off. The guy who made the summary just got a trailer, some extended X-Play. For some reason, the cutscenes are in 10 frames per second. The clay motion animation releasing. Yeah, it's really strange. Then for Crota, of course, the World of Warcraft expansion that will, I think, any of the other games you won't be able to play because of World of Warcraft, right? But you play Classic, I think, mainly. No interest in this, to be honest. I also didn't get the point, so now the planet has a soul, and this does something to the world as a new calamity or whatever, and then the heroes have to do things. They promised a new feeling with World of Warcraft. Okay. That's a huge promise, I think. Which King on YouTube says, I can see though that there was no Silksong, so that's disappointing. Expected, but disappointing. Yeah, Silksong, still unfortunate that we haven't seen. It's the first part of a trilogy of expansion. Well, I mean, Blizzard has to plan ahead. And I feel like if a game series runs this long, I mean, I would imagine that the story is at that point not that important anymore to World of Warcraft. Maybe I'm wrong though. For sure some people like the lore and the story, it's not like that, but after such a long time, isn't it kind of strange, or like, doesn't it feel like power creep? You know what I mean? Like if you always have this big calamity to the world and you have to defeat it to save the world, more or less, but they always need a new calamity. So the next is already in line when you have saved the world to bring the world into danger again. Kind of the Dragon Ball thing. It's not about the story, to be honest. Yeah, I think for most players at this point, it's more about mechanics, having cool late game content and raids and whatnot. The stuff your players do. Yeah, exactly. Looting, leveling, character progression. So yeah, that was Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn. That was a one from the Ashen people. Like I said, Ashen was kind of also a Souls-like game. It seemed like there was a new Souls-like. I've given up any and all hope about Silksong. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. That it's like I know. Excuse me, I just had to yawn. I had to. I know there are some people at Gamescom like 2019 or something who played already a demo of Silksong and it's still not out 5 years later or something. It's kind of fascinating. It would be absolutely supreme if they have timestamps here. Let me just refresh. Maybe somebody added timestamps. No, why? That's something. This is promotional material. You have it pre-recorded. Why are there no timestamps? And let me jump to the game. Maybe somebody in the comments made timestamps. Doesn't look like it. Before we get nasty comments, I think the easiest way, Flintlock. Wrong button. Is to just give you the trailer directly, so you know what we are. Let's keep the Flintlock. Also, the game didn't look too bad, so we do it like this. Potentially the easiest. But that was Flintlock, if you can't remember anymore. That looked also pretty cool, I have to admit. It's only $40. Okay, that's actually pretty cheap. The turn-based thing you forgot. Yeah, it was this. It looked like Final Fantasy game stuff-wise. I skipped, by the way, World of Warcraft. There was Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. That's a remake of Metal Gear Solid 3. A gameplay trailer. It looked good and sharp and so on. Like, visually it looked decent for remake. The only thing, it felt like a little bit off from the cat. It was not bad, but it felt like not too Kojima-esque, if that makes sense. And this is just, like I said, it's a Kojima game in its nature. Sea of Thieves got a new expansion, world event, whatever you call it. That was allowed. And then Flintlock came. Then Age of Mythology retold. That was cool. After that, we have Perfect Dark. Diablo 4. New class. Next chapter, 8th of October. That's pretty cool, I think. I have to admit, though, I haven't still played through the campaign of Diablo 4. So, taking my time with that. The Perfect Dark thing also looked pretty decent. Let me see if I can give you Perfect Dark. I have to admit, that looked also pretty nice. I'm not sure if it's exclusive, though. That's always a problem. The Flintlock, by the way, is though coming to PlayStation, PC, Steam, and Epic, and yeah, so multi-platform console. Only Switch, not coming to the Switch, but also didn't look like a Switch game. Let's look into the Perfect Dark thing again. I like that a lot. A lot is maybe an overstatement. The beginning looks a bit boring. Let's skip ahead when she lands, and then the game becomes interesting. So she lands. I haven't looked into Perfect Dark for decades, so no clue what's going on. Excuse me. I just remember that Perfect Dark was at times a bit confusing in the past. Hope that character is gone. Like from where to go. Level design wise. That's all I remember. I mean, it doesn't look like Cyberpunk visually from its visual quality. Like, for example, if we... Well, this actually looks like ray traced. I'm not gonna lie with you, chat. Is this a ray traced reflection? The reflection here doesn't look ray traced. Oh, this is green space, chat. What do you think? I'm not sure, hard to see. Could be some ray traced reflections. Doesn't matter if too much, to be honest, but okay, there's some climbing stuff going on. Not too bad. There was this one scene where she's going in blind, but she can look through the doors with her X-ray vision. It was kind of funny. But yeah, I have to admit, this looked not too bad. The looter shooter was called Frag Punk. I have to admit, this ability where you switch the place on top side down, that looked pretty cool. Not gonna lie, but hard to imagine that the new looter shooter comes out and I don't know, is that exciting? This was an interesting scene though. It showed some what you can do in the game. I kind of like options in combat and so on. You can shoot these guys, it seems, through the wall. I would assume, because here's a hole or something in it. Okay, this stuff here looks maybe needs a bit tuning, but I pretty much have enough of PvP games personally. Here they do something with the smoke. So she shoots, I'm not sure if it's a fire extinguisher or something. Yeah, it's a classic fire extinguisher. So there's also smoke. To be honest, the smoke doesn't look too good, but I think it does the job. Not smoke, it's fire extinguisher stuff, but whatever. She has now, it seems like she has some kind of, I don't know, malfunction there at the end and then collapses. Reminds me a bit of Cyberpunk in this regard. But not too bad. Definitely a game I said, okay, that looks pretty cool. I like that. We had the Diablo 4 trailer. Let's play the other trailer in the meanwhile. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, haven't played through the main campaign yet. Could be fun. Curious where they go with the story and the chapter and so on. I forgot about her story. I forgot even her name. What was her name, chat? character, blah blah blah, necromancer, those classes, environment, story. Nyrel is her name. Forgotten. Yeah, that was how she was called. So the woman we see there, I didn't even recognize her for some time. But yeah, that's Nyrel. Makes complete sense. Her mother always calls her Magpie. But it's seen there at the beginning. Yeah, I don't know. Who was, chat, US Diablo lore experts, who do you think was this demon there at the end? Was this... He didn't look like Diablo. On the other side, Vessel of Hatred. So I assume that must the demon we saw at the end must be... Is this a lord? Like, is this a Mephisto, chat? What do you think? Because it's called Vessel of Hatred. I forgot what the story was actually in the game. Again. Like there are these three prime evils: Mephisto, Diablo, and Baal. Baal, however you pronounce him in English, Baal in German. And Mephisto is the Lord of Hatred. I would assume it's him. He must play also like kind of a bigger role, if that makes sense. There's some artworks that look kind of distantly similar. He has his gigantic horns, yeah. Seems like it makes sense. It should be Mephisto. I will tell you that I have absolutely zero idea. Prime evil. So yeah, Lord of Destruction, I think, is Diablo, right? No, Baal is Lord of Destruction. Lord of Terror is Diablo. That was the thing. Yeah. And Lord of Hatred is Mephisto. And Lilith was, I assume, his daughter or something. Relatives. Lucian, Lilith is a daughter. Rasmus, a grandson. Leah is his niece. Yeah, kind of, I guess. Well, not kind of. It is his niece, right? Because, whatever, it's complicated. So yeah, as far as I remember, spoiler for the Diablo 4 story, I think it ends with it that she takes the soul crystal of Mephisto with her, and we can't destroy it or whatever reason. I don't get it exactly. I think we will learn more about her motives and stuff, so there's that. Black Ops 6. What was the other game? Flintlock, Age of Mythology, Diablo, Fable. Fable looked pretty decent, I would say. I was never huge into Fable, to be honest. But yeah, the Fable thing, I have to admit, looked kind of okay. Let's see if we can Google it really fast. I spelled it. Fable trailer. I think that's this one. Like this looks actually, they could be in-game. It doesn't look too bad, to be honest, visually. faces look pretty decent. I've seen worse. Animation looked pretty, face animation looked pretty good. Environment looks good. The walking looks a bit stiff here in this scene. So far, this stuff here still looks very cutscene-y, but this here looked like... This was one of the scenes where I said, okay, this is how it could look in-game. One of the... And that looks pretty good visually, I have to say. So definitely there's some quality. This here could also still be in-game, even though it looks very cutscene-y. And if you're into Fable, you can maybe tell me what this here might mean. I have no idea. On Feathers game. Fragpunk was a hero shooter. Winterborough. That was a game with the little mice and like reminded me a bit of Don't Starve. This hand here at the end, like you see these characters standing and then comes a character with a staff. It could be Gandalf or something, but I don't know who he is exactly. Maybe if you know the Fable games, you know, that's this guy, or I don't know, a reference to that. I can't tell you. So I don't know what this scene here in particular means. I played the shit out of them 15 years ago. Okay, that's good. But do you have an idea who this could be, this person? Like, is it Gandalf? Okay, don't remember character with hand or stuff. Okay. Maybe this effect or something, I don't know. No idea. Whatever. I thought it might be for fans, like a big reveal, who knows. I can't tell you. Fragpunk. There was one ability in this Fragpunk trailer where I thought, okay. Okay, they didn't even post a trailer for it. I have to manually search it. Maybe Fragpunk game trailer. Yeah, that's how you spell trailer. Fragpunk. Okay, it was one word. There was one ability at the start of this trailer. I saw it and thought, okay, it looks kind of colorful and stuff. Looks like this ability looked pretty cool, to be honest. Where you can make the world flip. Not sure how this works exactly in-game, to be honest. But who knows. It visually, style-wise, like, it's very stylized. It doesn't look bad, to be honest. It looks at least competently made. It reminds me a lot of Overwatch, though, in a weird way. Could say, yeah, somehow not, but it seems definitely was inspiration. This card stuff seems like it is inspired by Titanfall. We also had these cards and could then get some perks with it. I forgot how it worked exactly with these cards in Titanfall 1, but yeah. Comes next year. Who knows? Like I said, not necessarily on my bingo card of games. Mixtape, a game where you... Forgot what this game was, chat. What was Mixtape kind of for a game? Mixtape trailer. Ah, yeah, this was the other game with the stop motion stuff. It was IGN. Use the Xbox trailer because IGN likes to show music. Leggy Animations game too. Yeah, exactly. Like, the art style is not bad. This scene, for example, I think works perfectly fine as stylized. But I just don't want to see it in the gameplay all the time. That's kind of annoying. Like, here you have these fluid animation. That's fluid 60 FPS. Everything is perfectly fine. The car is moving fine. But the people, like, the hand movement is, like, so weird. I think, though, this here works much better than the other game still. To be honest. I don't fully potentially not a game I'm in now to. Microsoft Flight Simulator was on the list, chat. Elder Scrolls Online, Life is Strange, Double Exposure. I'm also not interesting. The Indiana Jones thing was quite, and the Great Circle, as it's called, it's looks quite interesting, to be honest. Has long cutscenes. It's not a bad thing. It seems Phoebe Waller-Bridge characters in the game. It's new to the last indie film, which I thought was okay. Expected worse, and was for that it was okay, but not a masterpiece by any means. But was a fun watch, I think. I think this game also seems distantly Life is Strange inspired or something. It's kind of funny that Life is Strange then is a game that also releases. It was in the show on the show. Wuchang for Mecha Break. We have seen the already in the games show. I'm not into, like, I played Armored Core. And Armored Core I liked, but I knew it was not 100% my kind of game. And so I'm not too interested in this particular stuff. I'll just see something again. He's falling down. We get the complete silhouette. Interesting. So yeah, it seems like it could be a Souls-like or something. So I'm kind of interested already. There's good boss fights. Here you see a lot of parrying and blocking and stuff. So it could be more a Sekiro kind of style thing. I definitely like that as well. Was not too bad. Yeah, it looked definitely interesting. Wishlist now. 5 of 5 games again. Comes to Xbox Series. It's not on Steam, it seems. Couldn't find it on Steam yet. Okay. So we can't wishlist it. But maybe it will. Like, Xbox games usually these days come to Steam as well. As a result, I wouldn't be too surprised. Let's switch back here to Call of Duty while we look into the next. Avowed came out. Not much to say there, to be honest. Like, Avowed is for me, like, it could be really good. It could be also kind of mediocre. Who knows? It depends a bit. maybe we, yeah, let's maybe also turn on the Avowed trailer. There was a story trailer of Avowed. Okay, got it. Oh no, not here. It does not look too bad, to be honest. It has these scenes that look sometimes kind of clunky. You know what I mean? Like the walking animation here. It's kind of clunky. This was also announced a long time ago. Stargate seems to be also a thing. Reminds me here in this separate dimension. Reminds me of Divinity, Original Sin in this regard. Or even the other game. It has this Elder Scrolls feel, you know what I mean? In a way. But it's not by the Elder Scrolls people, but by Obsidian instead. And they also made like Fallout New Vegas, I think. So they are kind of in the game of making Bethesda style games, if that makes sense. But giving it their own spin. I hope they can succeed with this. Yeah, thank you for joining, Crota. Nice of you tuning in, much appreciated, and have a good one. Also, I assume you completed your satisfactory playthrough, Crota. So yeah, I don't know. We will see how Avowed will turn out at the end. I think that's very tough to predict if it will be good or not. It could be really good. It could be not so good. Who knows? There was Avowed, then we still have Atomfall. Oh, that's wrong. That's right. That looked also quite interesting, I have to say. Like you said, like a mixture between Elder Scrolls, Fallout. Goes pretty much in the same direction. Atomfall I couldn't find on stream either. Oh. So what is, yeah, I don't know, interesting with this one here? What a problem I could see. Though it's all interesting, you could maybe make the argument that now that they bought Bethesda, they get the full Bethesda experience anyway. But they also have some games in the making, if that makes sense, that are too similar to this style. So we have like Bethesda overload, if that makes sense. Like a lot of games feel too similar in a way, that's also not a good thing. It was also something Sony, I felt, struggled at some time, where they pretty much pumped out open world action adventure games. Some of them very good, but you know, the other ones that were just okay or good enough, like also good but not extremely good, fell flat a little bit. Like what was the game called? Yeah, I can't remember. PlayStation zombie game with these mass zombies. I forgot what studio made it even. Days Gone. That kind of flew a bit under the radar. Even though I think it was decent when it came out 2019. It's made by Bend Studios. What are they doing currently? They must also work on something. They haven't done something since 2019, so that's interesting. Oh, they made Siphon Filter back in the day. That's interesting. That's also a name I haven't read in a long time. They also ported it to PC at some point. It seems there's a film adaptation in the works for whatever reason. I mean, Sony, I guess. And in 2021 it was reported that development team had unsuccessfully pitched a sequel to Sony. Yeah, they said, well, it was okay, but it was not that good, and so forget about it. Okay, next game in the list. Let's go fast through it. Next was, Atomfall. We discussed a moment ago. Stalker 2. Well, that's pretty cool. The one more thing, game, the last thing was Gears of War E-Day. That I found very strange, to be honest. Okay, it's not 7, it's Gears of War 6 then. Okay, understood. 5 was the last one. Yeah, I think it makes sense for Microsoft to bring their stuff back, but yeah, I don't know. South of Midnight, like I said, there was this weird animation style. I hope that that they maybe overthink their art style. Have you looked into Wukong yet? You mean the Black Myth Wukong? I know it exists, and I'm very interested to playing it. I think when it comes out, I will very likely play it. So yeah, that's definitely on my radar. We got a new trailer for it. It showed some stuff, but yeah, we will see when it comes out. I'm sold on the game already. No, that's definitely one of the games I'm currently quite curious about. Indiana Jones, Elder Scrolls. I mean, it's a summary of the stuff we have seen, I think. Yeah, that was Life is Strange. There was a Gears thing at the end. Age of Mythology. Yeah, this is South of Midnight. The thing here also looked pretty cool, to be honest. Flight Simulator, but I'm not into that. So can't really comment on it. Metal Gear Solid was interesting. So yeah, there was the Xbox game stuff. Didn't look too bad, to be honest. I think we have seen worse what do you call this, showcases in the past. Yeah, it seems like... Let me jump back into the past here of the stream, so we have some classic footage. Oh yeah, there was also this game, Expedition 33. I forgot about that. That also sounded interesting. Yeah. Claire Obscure Expedition 13 just got shown off. Yeah. That we jumped over to. We skip Phil Spencer a little bit because we don't need to listen to him while he's muted. It makes no sense. Except we could lip read. I can't, so... I think there will be a very common complaint about South of Midnight with this stop motion animation. Like, the setting is cool of the South of Midnight. I'm actually interested. It looks like it could be a Metroidvania or something. I'm not sure what kind of game it is. The problem is really this animation, like, looks so annoying. It doesn't say what kind of genre it is. Well, it would also be interesting if we could turn off this weird frame stutter animation. That would also be a great, in my opinion. But yeah, Doom looked also pretty good, as we just seen it here. I like the story and the world idea. I'm not sure about the combat, but could be good. Yeah, the combat, I think there was a hands-on Black Myth Wukong already. But Black Myth Wukong, interestingly, isn't in the Xbox show. You know why? Because it won't be at Xbox at launch, because they need to do optimizations for, people assume, for the PlayStation, for the Xbox Series S, because it's just too slow. Another State of Decay game. Now, it seems like the Metal Gear Solid, I mean, it's David Hayter who spoke Solid Snake, and it seems they really tried to be faithful to the original and just remake it completely with the same voice lines. Yeah, also, just reading through some comments here, somebody points out that it looks much better visually than the Silent Hill remake, which is good, I think. Silent Hill 2 remake, I should say. The problem with Metal Gear, I think it's still more popular than Silent Hill. Silent Hill is, I wouldn't say niche game, but it's kind of niche. The horror game, and a very specific vibe. It's think PlayStation 2 era, and so on. So yeah, it's ancient in a way. I think it has a sales expectations for a game like that is not too big. So quite interesting. Okay, so the term E-Day is potentially a term from the Gears of War series. I didn't know that. Still find it kind of strange to call it E-Day. I mean, there's D-Day. We had the anniversary recently. It seems to be a prequel. Interesting. So, kind of interesting. Metal Gear Solid. Gears of War E-Day, Dragon Age, Veilguard. Yeah, the art style of the Dragon Age trailer also looks pretty strange compared to the previous games of the Dragon Age series were. And that's about Expedition 32, my bad, 33, my bad. Ah, okay. Yeah, the trailer for Dragon Age also didn't really convince me. I think we just saw it a moment ago. It looks very cartoony. The old game was pretty gritty. Like I don't know. I played Dragon Age Origins, the first game. If I would look now at this, I would never have guessed that this is a Dragon Age game. You know what I mean? It looked really underwhelming, to be honest. It looks very, I don't know. Yes, somebody writes that he is a fan of Dragon Age Origins. It feels unrecognizable. The art style in turn could be not further from it. This is a franchise that I feel continues to get worse each iteration. Not interested. Yeah, it seems really strange. Like, I don't know. In my mind, it would be like, if they would deliver something in the style of Dragon Age Origins, I think people would absolutely celebrate it. But it doesn't have to be the original game, but just in the style, the tone, make a modern game like this. I think that could have a lot of potential, but this, I don't know, isn't doing the trick, I think. Perfect Dark looked pretty good. Doom looked pretty good. Like, not much to say about the Doom game. It looks really good. This here is like, yeah, I don't know, the Starfield expansion. Yeah, looks okay. Very Bethesda-like. Okay, they also published the creation kit for the game today, which that's pretty cool. Promise a bit for me that my excitement for Starfield is currently not that big. But still, overall, I thought the show was not that bad. That I can already confirm or tell. And yeah, it seems also the showcase was received, just scrolling through some comments, quite well. And I would also kind of agree, like I said, I thought it was one of the better Xbox showcases. Like, there were a lot of interesting stuff, pretty mixed, all kinds of genres, even Age of Mythology and so on. So pretty decent stuff, in my opinion. But yeah, it's interesting, especially the Gears announcement at the end. I find quite interesting in this regard, that it's a game that didn't get a. I don't know when the last Gears game came out. Let me just look it up. It should be definitely some time. I think it's just called Gears 5, right? The last one. It's 2019, so 6 years. I think that should be the last game in the Gears of War series, right? The list. Yeah, 2020 there was Gears Tactic, to be fair, but from the mainline Gears games, Gears 5 2019 was the last one. As a result, it's for sure good for fans of it. I think after such a long break for the series, it makes kind of sense to add a new one to it. And it seems to be a prequel, so that's also interesting. Yeah, burn cards in Titanfall. Some people talking about this hero shooter with the cards in it. In Titanfall, there was a mechanic or the system called burn cards. Also, cards you could burn, then you get some benefit from it if you do so. The Indiana Jones stuff, I also felt like it had almost the feeling of watching a movie. Kind of, you know what I mean? It might have a lot of cutscenes and stuff, but I don't mind that, to be honest, if it's done well and if it looked at least decent, to be honest. So very curious how Indiana Jones also turns out at the end. But yeah, here we have the weird animation art style again. Not sure what games though are actual exclusive games. You see other comments on the art style. Yeah, a lot of people seem to complain about this choppy art style. Some people even said I get a headache from watching this, and I also find it too annoying. Just give me a fluid motion, man. If I want game stuttering, I play unoptimized weird other games that I complain a lot about, like I don't know, Jedi Fallen Order or something, Jedi Survivor, for example. That also has Jedi Survivor, maybe it's a artistic decision, and they also have stop motion in their game. Oh no, it's just badly optimized. This here seems to run otherwise well, but don't get me wrong, Jedi Survivor is a fantastic game, but technically it's an absolute catastrophe. Still to this day, it's not absolutely perfect. If you want games stuttering, you play Bethesda games. They're also another contender for that, I guess. But yeah, it seems like a lot of people say, yeah, it looks pretty cool. The art style, the traversal, and the setting, everything seems absolutely amazing. And then they have this weird animation. And people think, why is the character stuttering? That's not cool. Just make it move fluently. Especially like in the other art style that had this stop motion, whatever you want to call it, clay motion animation stuff. The characters looked more handcrafted, and this here, it looks more cartoonish, if that makes sense. But it's a weird mixture between very fluent motions. And now a lot of the stuff in the combat is actually fluent, but that you notice still with her own animation, how she moves her arms, it looks weird. It looks so off, it looks kind of wrong. That is uncanny is maybe a good thing. It should not look like that. I don't know, maybe you get used to it, but I can definitely see people getting a headache from this, because something you have an art style like this, something consistently gets wrong. I think that will be a criticism they will hear a lot. Maybe you can turn it off, that would be great. So yeah. So yeah, it turns out though that Microsoft's investment here, you suddenly get to see a lot of their games and what they've been tinkering on all the time, the Microsoft people, and what they try to do and stuff. So that's really interesting, to be honest, to see what are the fruits of all their acquisitions and so on. They slowly get there. It seems like this might be then, like a lot of these games, let me just look through the list again. Excuse me. Yeah, definitely some of them. So Doom comes out next year. Dragon Age this year, though it's not exclusive, I would say. State of Decay has no release date. Starfield DLC this year. Expedition 33. No release date. South of Midnight next year. World of Warcraft this year. Sea of Thieves new thing this year. Flintlock also comes already in July. Not sure if it's the first. Flintlock is not a Xbox exclusive though. But it's kind of interesting. Have we heard of this game, Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn? No, it's a game I think we got. Let me see if I find an old trailer for this, chat. While we are at it, I'm not sure if my production stuff here still holds up, but it does. It seems... Wait a moment. We just look Flintlock trailer. Maybe there's an older trailer? Yeah, here's the PlayStation Flintlock trailer. So this was now like a story trailer. Humanity. I think that was shown at the I forgot which show it was shown, to be honest. Siege of Dawn. Which list now? PlayStation Experience, I don't know. When was this? November last year even, so I'm not sure what. Yeah, it definitely already got shown, so it's not completely new, but it's also not multi-platform. Let's just keep on moving. Maybe skip a bit ahead. Yeah, here was the Flintlock gameplay. It will be on Game Pass though, I think. Yeah, killed my thing here. Sometimes it simply does not want to load. I broke it. Not my fault though. Now it works again. Fable next year. Diablo October this year. Breakpunk next year. Winterborough was not a release date there, it seems. Mixtape next year. Flight Simulator November. So maybe it's just an expansion for. I'm not sure if the Flight Simulator of 2024 is already out. Don't ask me. Life is Strange should be multi-platform though. October. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is the name of the Indiana Jones game. And that will be exclusive. It was in development by Bethesda, and it will become an Xbox exclusive game. That one is also exclusive and comes out. Not revealed yet. Planned release is this year. It hasn't told us a release, so it's usually strange in my opinion if a game has 6 months to release. Let's say they release it in October or November or something. It's not that far off anymore from this point. Seems strange to not have a release date ready, so maybe there's still some stuff going on. They're not sure if they can release it this year or not. It just says releasing later this year, it seems. Whatever that means. Mecha Break. Multi-platform, I think. Wuchang Fawn Leaves. We can maybe look into that again, chat. Wuchang Fawn Leaves. There was already... Wait. This Project Perceiver? Yeah! This was called previously Project the Perceiver. So there was already a trailer for this a year ago. I forgot about that, to be honest. That looks also pretty cool, to be honest. I would assume have to look deeper into it, chat. What's going on there exactly? Yeah, maybe have to look into this. Yeah, a lot of ancient agent setting Souls combat games. Kind of quite a few. Is this the same game or not, chat? Maybe it's a different game. I can't tell you actually. Okay, there was a other thing here some years ago. It's strange. Also, early look on the game, actual gameplay stuff, quite interesting. Oh, it seems really like a Souls-like. That is this game, so it's not the same. Interesting. I thought it was maybe a project that was renamed or something. Five 5 games. Is this exclusive to PlayStation? To Xbox? Very weird. I really like Souls-like. Yeah, me too. How did I know that they were making Death Stranding too? What? I haven't looked in chat for some time, I'm sorry. I'm kind of confused. Also, my brain is a bit slow today because I'm kind of tired. I have no clue, chat. It seems strange. There are a lot of Asian style Souls-like so coming out recently. I'm not sure where, like, the Team Ninja, I guess, started the trend. Is there anything else, chat? So it seems like, yeah, we won't have a lack of Souls-like games. That I can that definitely seems to be the case. Just currently looking if anything else was there. Yeah, Stalker, I assume, will be releasing on PlayStation as well. Atomfall, I have no idea. And Avowed is also planned to release this year. That's interesting. So yeah, I don't know. It seems like this year Microsoft has definitely some games going on. That's not too bad. Just curious if Atomfall is multi-platform or not. Coming to Game Pass PC. Could be exclusive. Oh, wait a minute, chat. Let's go into the Atomfall trailer again. Is this made by Rebellion? Yeah, it's made by Rebellion. You know what games Rebellion used to make, or a lot of which they make? These Sniper Elite games were made by Rebellion. So these are the Sniper Elite guys. That's interesting. Usually they do multi-platform games, so... Not sure if they have like... I would be surprised if they were bought by Microsoft. No, they're still... Company type is still private, so they are not... sold yet. But maybe there's some kind of exclusive deal going on. So I don't know, chat. Could be kind of interesting, I have to admit. Atomfall. I would be very curious if it also releases do they have an official homepage? Maybe there's something written about where it releases games. No, it's not even on their homepage. That's interesting. So secret, not even the homepage knows about the game. Okay, chat. So, what is the what's your impression of all of this nonsense? Let me show the trailer here again, just for the curious ones. Okay, it might release also on PlayStation. Will release next year. Xbox Series, PC, PlayStation 5, even 1 and 4. It seems to be strange. But the article is from an hour ago. But here it names PlayStation as well. It might be on Game Pass or whatever, but it seems to be a multi-platform. So let's move back to the other main trailer here. No, Wuchang also is multi-platform. There's a tweet from today where it says launching in 2025 on Xbox Series X and S, Windows. Day 1 with Game Pass, PlayStation 5, Epic Games, and Steam. So it will be everywhere. It's not an Xbox exclusive game. I kind of dislike that. Sometimes hard to tell in these shows that is it now an exclusive or not. Where can I play it? It makes sense that the Xbox stuff doesn't. It does not show. You know that you can also play it on the competitor machines, like a commercial thing. Basically, you want to hype up people and bring them to the ecosystem, but yeah, it's sometimes a bit tough to understand where a game releases and where not. I mean, Dragon Age is obviously multi-platform. Some game announcements here that... Yeah, the Expedition 33 game, also multi-platform, also comes to PlayStation. What else do we have, chat? South Midnight. South Midnight seems to be exclusive, but I'm not 100% sure. That's a trailer, I don't need that. No mention of it. That could be exclusive then. It also says excludes PlayStation. So yeah, it seems to be at least exclusive. I think Flintlock also said it already in the trailer that it comes for PlayStation. That's one of the few trailers where we said, yeah, well, it comes for multi-platform. Yeah, here it lists on Wikipedia. It's as a page it listed also on PlayStation. So pretty cool. Not gonna lie. But also that means they definitely, even though they showed a lot of new games that we potentially haven't forgotten about or haven't seen much in some time, a lot of the stuff is actually a multi-platform again. So some of the stuff is not. Like also the Konami game, I would be surprised if it would be exclusive. I can't see that. Indiana Jones game, because I think they own the studio, that is definitely exclusive, but yeah, Avowed is exclusive, but a lot of the other stuff is interestingly not. It looked exclusive at the moment. That's not the case. Oh, Perfect Dark. That's a good one. Is Perfect Dark exclusive, chat? That's, yeah, it's published by Xbox Game Studios, so it is exclusive. So that's good to know. That's not too bad, to be honest, because when... Like, what I like about... I thought it was a good showcase, yeah. I would agree. Even though I am... Speaking of Perfect Dark, that's a trailer for it. Even though... exclusivity is always kind of stupid, I think. At least for the consumer at the end. Excuse me. In the business world, it makes complete sense to have this, and the advantage for Microsoft exclusives is they come to PC, usually to Steam, so yeah, whatever. I don't care, they are also on my platform. It's different for PlayStation titles because they come to PC at some point, but usually you have to wait a year or two or something. So there's that, which is a bit unfortunate, I think. But it makes sense from PlayStation. It's even worse for Nintendo games. They never come to PC, basically. But yeah. Is there anything left to discuss, chat? Like, here we have a supercut of what they showed today, kind of. But yeah, in of itself, the showcase... Oh, sorry, I just hit the microphone. In of itself, the showcase was pretty good and or pretty decent, I thought. I mean, it could possibly be, like, I think Gerda at the beginning of the stream said, it's not that interesting for me. Well, I thought there were some definitely interesting games I would enjoy or like. So, for me, it was a good showcase, but could be just me, I guess. And this is now the Diablo stuff. And they're always a bit disturbing, to be honest. Fable stuff was pretty interesting. Flight Simulator, yeah, I don't know. You maybe watched the Indiana Jones section. Sorry for being so silent. Just trying to see if there's some thoughts on her. I'm just too tired, chat. Sorry. Where is it? Dial of Destiny. What was the character? The name of her? Helena Shaw. Is this Helena Shaw? Is this supposed to be her? I'm very curious. We might have to look deeper into it, how people like the idea. I mean, it could be a different character, but just the style of it kind of looked a bit like her. Who knows? Maybe it's not. Maybe they don't have the rights to use her or whatever. Maybe because she's a character Indiana Jones meets a lot later in his life, I think. Well, not technically, it's, I guess, more complicated, but you know what I mean. But I think the style of these scenes, they pretty captured the Indiana Jones stuff quite well. Not too bad, to be honest. Machine Games, Lucasfilm. It doesn't look exactly like her, but this, you know what I mean? The style of character could be that character. I don't know. This scene in particular reminded me a lot of Helena Shaw. Or this scene here. But like I said, I could be wrong. Who knows? It's not too unusual that Indy has like a female partner in the films, so that's one thing. I guess timeline-wise, like if he's a younger Indiana Jones like here, Phoebe should also be, or the character Helena should also be much younger. I don't know. I'm not sure. Who knows, chat? I'm not an Indiana Jones expert. I'm just wondering that the character seems somewhat reminiscent to Phoebe Waller-Bridge's appearance in the film, so it could be related. Curious if there will be some discussion about this. Well, whatever, chat. I think that's it for me today. I know it was just 3 hours. It's a short stream for my standards. There would be potentially much more to be talked about, but I'm just too tired, chat. I really need a break. And hopefully I'm back tomorrow with more sense and more energy, with less yawning. I'm also hungry. I need to eat a snack or something before I go to bed, and maybe do some still have some stuff to work on, but whatever. Could also do this tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure. We will see how stuff goes, and thank you Bipsuda for your support and for watching, and all the others also to Nice and Kroda and Kierdan and to all the other people. Witch King was here, Tirzad was here, and so on. So much appreciated for showing up here, and I would say have a fantastic rest of the day or evening. And maybe, I'm not sure, potentially there will be a German stream tomorrow, I'm not sure yet, and still need to do some Elden Ring stuff. But I might also do some Elden Ring stuff here on the games channel, because the DLC comes out pretty soon. There's some stuff missing on my on the level character I will use for the DLC run. The result, I think about getting the last few things and dungeons and stuff I potentially have overlooked, forgotten about, or whatever, on the character I chose for the DLC, to get this done, and maybe do this here on the English stream and on the German stream, or maybe do some of the challenge runs and stuff. We will see. Again, thank you people for watching. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Have a nice evening, and see you people next time. Goodbye.